Thank you for joining the Dougherty County Board of Commissioners Commission meeting. Your Dougherty County Board of Commissioners is chaired by Christopher Cohelis. Your Dougherty County Commissioners include, from District 1, Lamar Hudgens; from District 2, Victor Edwards; from District 3, Clinton Johnson; from District 4, Russell Gray; from District 5, Gloria Gaines; and from District 6, Anthony Jones. We are also joined by County Administrator Michael McCoy, Assistant County Administrator Scott Addison, County Clerk Juwan Ware, and County Attorney Spencer Lee. This is your Dougherty County Board of Commissioners Commission meeting.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And call to order the Dougherty County Commission regular meeting for December 7th, 2020. We'll start with the roll call. Commissioner Jones.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Very well. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Gaines. Commissioner Gaines? Okay. All right. I note for the record that Commissioner Hudgens, Edwards, Gray, and Johnson are all present. Madam Clerk will mark Commissioner Gaines absent. If we could have everyone please stand for the prayer, then the pledge. Bow your heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that we have to come together to do work for the citizens of Dougherty County. Thank you for the resources that you have presented us with and the spirit of collaboration and strength that you've given this community during extraordinarily trying times. Thank you for our consistent emergence through this pandemic. Thank you for the wisdom that you have provided the leaders that have had to make hard decisions and strong decisions. Thank you for the cooperation of the people. And please continue to allow us to grow healthier, happier, and stronger each day. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have a fair number of items to address today. I'm going to try and move through them as rapidly as possible. Let's begin with the minutes. Minutes of the November 2nd regular meeting, November 9th work session, November 9th special called meeting. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, we'll call the matter for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Delegations. This is where the commission will hear comments on those items pertaining to Dougherty County for which public hearing has not been held or scheduled. We ask everyone to be brief, to the point, and considerate of time for others. And our first is 4-H Youth Development County Extension Agent Jasmine Thomas and Dougherty County 4-H representatives who are present to thank the Commission for its support. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are y'all?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Well, of course, I don't have kids with me, considering the pandemic this year. And then we had some technology issues. I've learned a lot of skills during the COVID-19, but I guess putting together videos is not my specialty. But as soon as we get back to the office today, I'll make sure you guys get the link to that video so you can watch it in your own time. So I'm just going to deliver a report to you all this morning, which will be done by one of my kids in your video as well. So Dougherty County 4-H this year, had a lot of challenges. Lots of events got canceled for us. We did the best that we could, and we had as much fun as we possibly could, especially in a virtual format. We put together a program called 4-H Nailed It, which stands for New Adventures in Learning Distantly. It was a 10-week program designed by my staff and I, and a bunch of other 4-H staff members in our district. It got some local, some district, and some state and national attention, so I was really excited about it. But that way, kids could get together twice a week, every week, and learn new things, hence Nailed It. So when they got the new, whatever they were learning down, that's what we called it. Our food challenge team won first place in the district contest this year. They won second place at state. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that we're able to go to the National Seafood Cook-Off contest in Louisiana if everything is back to normal by then. One of our kids, one of our senior 4-H members, won a Georgia 4-H scholarship. We had one of our state 4-H Ready for Life ambassadors right here from Dougherty County. We also had a Clovers and Company member here from Dougherty County. One of our members taught a film class to our Southern Regional Team Leadership Conference. That's a group of kids that come to a leadership event. Of course, it was virtual for about 12 states, so that was really cool. We participated in the Boo at the Zoo and were able to reach about 2,500 people. Lots of folks were out there this year. In our free time, we helped the Dougherty County School System Nutrition Department pack lunches in the buses to deliver those lunches. So that was one way we were able to keep busy and collaborate with others. We also hosted a countywide youth pumpkin decorating contest. In that event, we worked with Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, communities and schools, and Boys and Girls Club of Albany. And then we also had one of our kids deliver a beginner sign language class that even reached a child overseas. So lots of really cool things we're able to do virtually. Hopefully we'll get to have a little more fun in 2021. And again, I'll send you all the link to our 4-H Nailed It video so you can kind of see a recap of how we got things done this year. And then our 4-H update report, and you'll see some kids singing and playing some instruments. We've got a lot of kids who play instruments in 4-H. That's all I've got. Anybody have any questions for me?
Any questions from the commission?
Sounds like it was a successful year despite the challenges.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
What does NAILED it mean, the acronym?
It's New Adventures in Learning Distantly. And I hope you all also enjoy your Christmas gifts. They're hand-painted ornaments.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
We're always very thankful for the report of the 4-H and very much appreciate your support to the community.
Thank you. And I appreciate you all as well. Thank you.
Very much so. Thank you. All right, next we have Walter Kelly, Library Board of Trustees Chairman, and Pauline Abide, Library Director, who are present to provide their annual report. Good morning. How are y'all?
Good morning.
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 Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay. Mr. Kelly and I are here to provide the FY20 annual report for the library. The Dougherty County Public Libraries continue to be an integral part of the community, even in the midst of the pandemic. The library continued to enhance the livelihoods of those who patronize it, and it provides a place to access digital resources and content, borrow resources for educational, enlightenment, and entertainment purposes, attending programming to instill a love of libraries and reading, and to enjoy the library facility as just a wonderful place to be. In FY20, of course, we all were greatly affected by the pandemic and are still being affected by the pandemic. In March the 15th, we closed the library doors to the public due to the pandemic. We reopened to curbside service on May the 18th. We bought personal protective equipment, were purchased for each library. Plexiglass shields were installed at all service desks. We bought plenty of hand sanitizers, masks, Lysol disinfectants, and gloves, and we are currently today disinfecting on a regular basis. When one patron leaves, we disinfect the area where they were sitting. And we did a lot of rearranging the library. We got rid of a lot of the furniture in order to promote social distancing, and we are not allowing use of lounge furniture and furniture that cannot be easily disinfected. But things are working well the way we have it. Patrons are appreciative that they are still actually able to come into the library. But the overall effect of the pandemic on library service has been a reduction of foot traffic and usage statistics in all services. Our budget went very well for FY20. Our overall spending for the fiscal year was under budget as always. Our revenue collections for fines and photocopies was down, of course, due to the pandemic, but we still collected over $55,000 in fines and photocopies. Our traditional summer reading program was not carried out as usual. We usually have lots of in-person performances, performances, but of course all of those had to be canceled. And I can say that the library staff has become very good at virtual programming. If you check out our website, you'll see lots of programming that we're continuing to do in order to engage with the community. In spite of everything that happened has happened during the pandemic, we still circulated had almost 200,000 visits to the library in FY20, and we circulated over 271,000 books. We hosted over 45,000 computer sessions. Since we've been in the pandemic, we've closed off half of the computers in order to promote social distancing. And of course, patrons are continuing to come in and use the Wi-Fi. As a member of of Pines, of course, we also participate in GAD, which is the Georgia Download Destination, which provides over 67,000 digital and audio books for the community to use. And we've seen a great increase in the use of digital materials during the pandemic. And that is how we did as a library in FY20. Things are continuing to go well at the library, and patrons are very happy to have access during the pandemic. Mr. Kelly is going to inform you about our major events and changes for FY20.
Morning, Mr. Kelly.
Good morning, commissioners here and remotely. It's always a pleasure to appear before this board, this commission, especially when the news is all good, and it is. We start off with at least our 15th year of being under budget, which we're happy with that. We also want to just thank you all for continuing to support our library. Our community loves our 5 libraries, and we've tried to adapt during the pandemic to provide them with services. There's a lot to love, and this is very brief. The event center and the parking lot was completed, and it has 11,000 square feet. Please come see it if you have not done so. It has teen maker spaces, all kinds of things for you. We publish fees that are very reasonable, and that we have some discretion on those depending on the need. We've adopted policies for the event center, the training center, and the study rooms. We have 88 brand new parking places. It's totally beautiful. And there are pictures of it in the handouts that Ms. Avide gave, but probably the most, and that is exciting. We've had a soft opening, but we can't rent it out yet for obvious reasons. But y'all, the really exciting news is Westtown. There's SRJ has given us some renderings of Westtown. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's funded by state and splost. New floors, new ceilings, interior lighting, signage, site lighting. It's absolutely gorgeous. The lobby is an open concept, and as soon as the construction, the plans are completed, then we'll begin the bidding process. But y'all, I tell you, it's just a pleasure to be on the library board, because, well, we've got a great director for one thing, and we've got just really wonderful people working with us. Several of them have gotten COVID, and I'm sorry for that. We've tried to protect them as much as we can, but they're fine. But I just tell you, we're just so lucky and so fortunate that we're on the right track, and that we're trying to respond to the needs of our community. So those are 2 big things. Northwest, of course, Central was done several years ago. Northwest has been completed for the event center. Westtown is on the road, and it's going to be something we can all be proud of. And anyway, that's my annual report.
Well, we've really
Thank
come
you.
a long way over the past 6 years.
Yes, we have.
It's a big, big difference where we're at with our library system, and no doubt in due part to both of your leadership. Very, very thankful to have both of you at the helm of this organization.
Thank you.
Very proud to see the growth that we've experienced at the library system, and its increased use, and the change in the way we deliver services to the people. Very, very thankful.
Well, we thank all of y'all very much.
And I want to add one more
Yes,
thing.
Mr. Johnson.
And thank you for making good on the promise. I know we moved some monies around, and you said you would come back and do Westtown, and thank you for living up to that promise. So we appreciate that leadership.
Yes,
that
sir.
builds our trust, and we have a a good operating relationship, so thank you for that.
Yeah, very good, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And one other thing I wanted to mention, I'm sure you're all aware of, that this year we did receive the second half of the grant request for the Westtown Library, which was another $270,000 MRR grant.
So for a total of how much now?
We received $225 before that, and then there was a SPLOS transfer of funds to help with it when we moved money to help with the Northwest parking lot.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes. So thank you all for all your support for the library and the support that you'll continue to give to the library. And I also wanted to wish Commissioner Hudgens a very happy retirement.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any other delegations that did not previously sign up that wish to be heard at this time? Okay. All right, we'll move on. Purchases. Consider for action the purchase of one 2020 Peterbilt dump truck chassis body for the Public Works Department from the Sourcewell contract vendor Performance Peterbilt out of Albany, Georgia, in the amount of $140,583. Purchase will piggyback for the county's award in the February 17th, 2020 regular meeting. Funding is budgeted in SPLOS 7. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, we'll call the matter for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Consider for action the approval of the change order in the amount of $94,994.80 for the 2019 alley improvements contract with Jim Boyd Construction. This change order will be for the addition of McCoy Alley. Funding is available in T-SPLOST. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, we'll call the matter for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Additional business. Consider for action the lump sum distribution in the amount of $800 per employee for a total distribution with taxes in the amount of $559,780. Funding will be provided from the general fund, $502,941, Special Services District, $42,199, the Solid Waste Enterprise Fund, $14,064. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, sir. This is the highest amount that was available, right?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
And the second question was when would this be implemented? Before the year or?
Yes, sir. We will distribute the checks on the 18th.
Okay, that's all, Mr. Chair.
Good. It'll be there before Christmas. Thank you. Call the matter for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Consider for action the recommendation to approve the proposed alcoholic beverage license renewals for calendar year 2021. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the slate.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? There being none, we'll call the matter for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Consider for action the proposed board appointments, and appointments are made by nominations. We're going to begin with the Joint Board of Adjustments and Appeals, one joint appointment with an unexpired 3-year term ending October 1st, 2022. No new applicants. Will re-advertise for one vacancy. All joint appointments must be ratified by the City of Albany. See board packet page number 1. So there's no action that needs to be taken on that one. Is that correct? Thank you. Air Conditioning, Heating, and Ventilation Board, 4 appointments, 1 county, 2 joint, and 1 rotational, all with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2021. Incumbents Thomas Triggers, Clint Newsom, and Clifford Halbert desire reappointment. No new applicants. Will re-advertise for 1 vacancy. All joint appointments must be ratified by the City of Albany. See board packet page number 3.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate the slate.
Thank you. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the nomination of the slate signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, Citizens Transportation Committee, 1 appointment with a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2023. Incumbent Mr. Glenn Tyler Harris desires reappointment. No new applicants. I'll now open nominations.
Nominate the incumbent.
All right, any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the incumbent, Mr. Harris, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, he is appointed. Economic Development Commission, 1 appointment with a 2-year term ending December 31st, 2022. Incumbent Dr. Anthony Parker desires reappointment. 1 new applicant, Will Davis. I'll now open nominations.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Parker, sir.
Okay, any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Dr. Parker signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Electrical Board, 5 appointments, 1 county appointment for a master electrician, 2 joint appointments for an electrical supplier, 1 joint appointment for a professional engineer, and 1 appointment for a joint citizen member, all with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2021. Incumbent Sanford Hillsman, joint citizen member, desires reappointment. There was no response from incumbent Edward West, joint professional engineer. There were 3 existing vacancies, 1 county appointment for a master electrician, and 2 appointments for joint electrical suppliers. No new applicants. Will re-advertise for 4 vacancies. With respect to the position held by Mr. Hillsman, I'll now open nominations.
I'd like to nominate the incumbent Sanford Hillsman.
Okay, any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Mr. Hillsman signify by saying aye. Aye. He is appointed. Floodplain Management Review Board, 2 appointments. 1 joint appointment will fill an unexpired 3-year term ending December 31st, 2021, and 1 county appointment will fill a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2023. Incumbent Harry James desires reappointment. No new applicants. Will re-advertise for 1 vacancy. With respect to the position held by incumbent Harry James, I'll open nominations.
I nominate the incumbent Harry James.
Okay. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Harry James signify by saying aye. Aye. Gas Board, 3 appointments, 1 county, 1 joint, 1 rotational with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2021. Incumbent Sanford Hillsman County and Rhett Parker joint desire reappointment. There was no response from incumbent William Walker. Rotational, no new applicants. Will re-advertise for 1 vacancy. All joint appointments must be ratified by the City of Albany. With respect to the positions held by Mr. Hillsman and Mr. Parker, I now open nominations.
I'd like to nominate the slate, sir.
Okay. The slate has been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Sanford Hillsman and Rhett Parker for reappointment signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, those gentlemen are appointed. Golden Triangle Resource Conservation and Development, RC&D Council, 2 appointments with a 2-year term ending December 31st, 2022. Incumbents Doug Wilson and J. Douglas Porter desire reappointment. No new applicants. I'll now open nominations for those 2 positions.
Nominate Slate.
Okay, that slate's been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the slate signify by saying aye. Aye. Historic Preservation Commission, 4 appointments with a 2-year term ending December 31st, 2022. Incumbents Ann Wilson and Lacey Lee do not desire reappointment. Incumbent John P. Vigilant Jr. resigned from the commission. Incumbent Francis M. Wakeford desires reappointment. 5 new applicants: Angela Kane, Gibson, Bryant Edward Harden, William Denson, Michael Harper, and Hope Campbell. I'm going to start first with the position held by incumbent John P. Vigilant Jr. and open nominations for that position. Any nominations?
I'm sorry, sir. He resigned?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. With respect to the position held by incumbent Francis Wakeford.
I nominate Mac Wakeford.
Okay. Any other nominations as to that position?
I'd like to nominate Angela Kane.
Wait, this is just for that 1 seat.
Okay.
The incumbent seat.
Okay. All right. So we have a nomination of Ms. Wakeford for the incumbent position, and then I'll turn to the other positions. Okay. Those in favor of Ms. Wakeford signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. All right. So that means I have 3 additional positions to fill the way I read that. Okay.
Yes,
all right. I'll now open, I'm going to just say position 1 of 3.
Okay.
With respect to position 1 of 3 that's remaining, I'll now open nominations. Did you want to nominate Ms. Angela Kane?
Angela Kane for the second one.
Okay. Any other nominations as to that position? All right. Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Angela Kane Gibson for position number 1 signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. I'll now open nominations as to unfilled position number 2. Nominations are open.
I nominate Brian Edward Harden.
You said Bryant Harden. Okay. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Mr. Harden signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. As to the third unfilled position, I'll now open nominations.
I nominate Hope Campbell.
All right. Any other nominations? All right. Hope Campbell's been nominated. Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Ms. Campbell signify by saying aye.
Aye. No.
Okay. Hospital Authority, 1 appointment with a 5-year unexpired term ending December 31st, 2022. Incumbent Michael Lasley resigned. 4 appointments with a 5-year term ending December 31st, 2025. 1 must be a commissioner. Incumbents Commissioner Clinton Johnson, commission appointment, and Glenn Singfield Sr., desire reappointment. Incumbent Fred Giglieri has served the limit of 2 full terms. Incumbent Dr. Tanya Smith does not desire reappointment. There are 5 new applicants: Dr. Charles Ochi, former Mayor Dorothy Hubbard, James Hotz, Joel Wright, and Will Davis. Seaboard packet page number 59. With respect to the incumbent positions held by Commissioner Johnson and Mr. Singfield Sr., I'll now open nominations.
I nominate that slate.
Okay, slate's been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Commissioner Johnson and Mr. Singfield Sr. signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. With respect to the other 2, is it correct?
It's 3. It's 3.
3, excuse me. 3. I'm going to do this the same way I did with the last one. With respect to position 1, I'm going to open nominations.
I nominate former Mayor Dorothy Hubbard.
Okay. Ms. Hubbard has been nominated. Any other nominations as to that position? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Ms. Hubbard signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, she's appointed. As to position 2, we'll open nominations.
I nominate James Hotz.
Okay. Dr. Hotz has been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Dr. Hotz signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. As to position 3, I'll now open nominations.
I nominate Mr. Joel Wright.
Okay. Mr. Wright has been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Mr. Wright signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. The record will reflect that Commissioner Johnson, Mr. Singfield, former Mayor Hubbard, Dr. Hotz, and Mr. Wright have been appointed to the Hospital Authority. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Keep Albany, Dougherty, Beautiful, 2 appointments with a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2023. Incumbents Melissa Hodges and Bill Riley desire reappointment. KADB recommends reappointment. I'll now open nominations for those 2 incumbent positions.
I nominate the recommendations by Keep Albany, Dougherty Beautiful of the slate.
Okay. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the slate signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those appointments are made. Library Board, 4 appointments with a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2023. 1 appointment must be a commissioner. Incumbents Commissioner Anthony Jones, Walter Kelly, and John Curbo desire reappointment. Incumbent Harold Dabney resigned. 2 new applicants, Joshua Miller and Dr. Ochi Sr. I'm going to begin with the incumbent positions. Is there a nomination of the incumbents that desire reappointment?
I nominate the slate of incumbents, sir.
All right. Any other nominations as to those positions? There being none, we'll now close nominations. Those in favor of incumbents Commissioner Jones, Walter Kelly, and John Curbo signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. They are appointed, and we thank them for their service. And now, as to the position previously held by Mr. Dabney, we have 2 new applicants, Joshua Miller and Dr. Ochi. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Joshua Miller.
Okay. All right. Mr. Miller is nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Mr. Miller signify by saying aye. Aye. He's appointed. Plumbing Board, 3 appointments with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2021. 2 county appointments must be a master plumber, and 1 appointment represents a citizen member. Incumbents Lee Epley, County Master Plumber, Glenn Tyler Harris, citizen member, and Rhett Parker, County Master Plumber, desire reappointment. No new applicants. I'll now entertain nominations as to the incumbents.
I nominate Slate.
Okay. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the slate signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, slate's reappointed. Retirement Fund Committee, 3 appointments. 1 appointment will fill an unexpired 4-year term ending December 31st, 2021, and 2 appointments will fill a 4-year term ending December 31st, 2024. One must be an active employee. Incumbent Wes Sadler resigned. Incumbents Mike McCoy, active employee representative, and Charles Kelly desire reappointment. No new applicants will re-advertise for 1 vacancy. Is there a nomination of the slate?
Nominate
Mr.
Slade.
Point of order, don't you appoint these?
I appoint 1 position.
I thought you did all of them.
I think I only appoint 1. Is that right, Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm
He's
trying to
been doing
remember.
all of them. The chairman has.
I recall one, we'll confirm.
Okay, would you check on that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay,
My
thank you.
recollection was one, but
I'm not talking about you personally maybe, but the chairman has always appointed the retirement committee.
Oh, okay. Then check on how long that Michael McCoy guy been living in Albany.
All right.
The residence
Very
requirement.
good. All right, any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Mr. McCoy and Mr. Kelly signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I think Commissioner Hudgens. Southwest Georgia Community Action Council, one appointment with a one-year term ending December 31st, 2021. Incumbent Glenn Tyler Harris desires reappointment. Two new applicants, Tiffany Burks and Sherelle Bird. See board packet page 109. I'll now open nominations.
I nominate incumbent Glenn Tyler Harris.
All right, any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Mr. Harris signify by saying aye.
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 Southwest Georgia Housing Task Force, one appointment with a one-year term ending December 31st, 2021. Incumbent Sonia Johnson desires reappointment. Two new applicants, Sherelle Bird and Will Davis. I'll now open nominations.
I'll nominate Sonia Johnson, reappointment.
Okay, any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of Ms. Johnson signify by saying aye.
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 All right, Southwest Georgia Regional Commission, three appointments, one county, one chairman designee. Appointee must be a commissioner, one joint with a one-year term ending December 31st, 2021. Incumbents Raymond Bro, County, Anthony Jones, chairman designee, and Kassan Louis Yayis desire reappointment. One new applicant, Sherelle Bird. The chairman will appoint his designee. And I'm going to continue to appoint Commissioner Jones and thank Commissioner Jones for his service. And
I nominate the slate of incumbents.
thank you. The slate's been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the slate signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, Tax Assessors Board, two appointments with a three-year term ending December 31st, 2023. Incumbents Janita Lane and Larry Thomas desire reappointment. No new applicants. See board package page 145. I'll now open nominations.
Nominate Slate.
Slate's been nominated. Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. Those in favor of the slate signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, those appointments are made. Mr. McCoy. Thank you. Mr. Lee.
Nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Jones.
Here's the season to be jolly, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Hudgens.
Not a thing, Mr. Chairman, thank you though.
Thank you. Commissioner Edwards.
Nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Gray.
I just want to encourage everybody, if you have not been to the new event space at the Northwest Library, please consider it for your upcoming events. It's a wonderful space and centrally located.
Very good. Commissioner Johnson.
Yes, sir. I want to remind everybody about our tour at the hospital on Wednesday from 1 to 2.
Very good. All right. Thank y'all. We're adjourned.
Wow.